For today's activity, we are definitely going to need Dreamweaver. So if you don't have Dreamweaver when you log on to FDU Anywhere, please let me know right away. Otherwise, you cannot continue on with today's lesson plan. All right, so the first step to today's class is to go and create a folder. You might have a folder for this class, and wherever it is, make sure you call a folder, create a new folder and call it Info 2106, no spaces, of course. Whenever you name a folder in my class, please all lowercase and no spaces or special characters. Anyway, on your laptop or desktop on your computer somewhere where you have files saved for this class, I would like you to create a folder called Info 2106, no spaces. And then inside of it, I would like you to create a folder called BOSS, B-O-S-S, okay? And then inside of that BOSS folder is where we're gonna have all our web files. All right, so the next thing I like you to do is to go over here to download Class Activity 1 files. So when you do that, you'll have activity, here we go, so you have Activity 1 zipped folder, excuse me, you have this folder, download it, and this is a zip folder, so you need to right click and then extract all, okay? And then after you've done that, you'll get this folder, Activity 1, okay? And in Activity 1 folder, you have Class Activity 1 text, so this is where you have all the text that you need for this website, okay? There we go. So this is Class Activity 1 text for the website, and you also have in here your images, okay? There we go. So the next thing I'd like you to do is go into your Activity 1 folder and the images. I'd like you to bring that over to your BOSS folder. So just click and drag that over, excuse me, to your BOSS folder. And there we go. All right, so the next step is then to go into Dreamweaver, and then we are going to create a site, okay? So there's a few steps to it. Before we begin, I want to make sure that you have your course documents, Class 3 folder open. You're going to need your password here. Okay, you're going to need your server name, username, and password here, okay? And here I have a screenshot of where you enter what, but I'm also going to show you in here, okay? So here we go, let's get started. So go to Site in Dreamweaver and go to New Site, okay? And this one you can call it BOSS, all right? And then Local Site Folder, so where's this folder on your desktop? Let's go browse for the folder. So wherever you had saved that BOSS folder just now, mine is in FDU. Okay, and there's my BOSS folder. So select the folder, your BOSS folder that you just created. Okay, select it and go now servers. So now you're gonna connect it to a server. So I have purchased some space on a server. I have a web hosting service provider. So I'm gonna connect to that. I'm gonna add a new server. Okay, and I'm call this yin server. And the FTP address, let's go over to here and copy this. This is the FTP address. Copy that and paste it in here. And then the username, go here. And paste it in here, copy, paste, and then the password, copy that, copy, and paste that in there. So at any time if you're not sure or confused, you can always refer to the screenshot here, okay? Or pause the video. Okay, next the root directory, you need to copy this here, copy, and paste. Okay, next I want to test. Okay, so it should say Dreamweaver connected to your web server successfully. Okay, so now let's go save that and save again. Okay, so over here where it says files, let's go expand that. And you expand it by going to this icon here where you hover over it. It says expand to show local and remote server. So you click on it. There we go. So I'm going to go up here and connect to my server. Okay, so over here on the right is my local files, meaning what's on my computer here. And over here, this is what's on my public folder here. Okay, Nikki already has something in there. Not sure what that is. Okay, but what I would like you to do is to right click and create a new folder. Okay, so let's say I don't have this yet. I'm just gonna delete this. So I would like you to never delete anything on the server. If you need something deleted, please let me know, because I don't want you to accidentally delete files that you shouldn't, or delete somebody else's files. Okay, so make sure that you never delete anything. If you need something changed, please let me know. Anyway, your next step is to right click here, go to new folder, and then type in your name, all lowercase, a short name, and no spaces, please. All lowercase, no spaces. And enter. Okay, so what I really want is I want to go into this folder, okay, and then create another folder inside of it called boss. Okay, so throughout this course, I'm going to have many folders, and I want them to be all inside of my in folder. Okay, so if your name is Tom, then you would create a new folder, okay, called Tom. Okay, and Tom would have inside of his folder, so click on it, right click on it, new folder, inside of his folder, boss. Okay, and he might have another folder, another site later on called cafe. So all his websites would be inside of his folder. Same as mine. All my websites would be inside of my folder. So again, if I were to have another folder called cafe, it would be inside of my folder. Okay, so that way it's neatly organized. Okay, I'm just gonna delete Tom because Tom doesn't exist. Okay, and I'm also gonna delete cafe because we don't have a cafe. Okay, so because we don't have a cafe website right now, so just gonna go edit, delete. Okay, so right now, all you really need to worry about is to create your own folder with your name, short name, lowercase, no spaces, and then inside of it a folder called boss. Okay, now I want to link to, instead of the main public HTML info 2106 where I will be able to see everybody's folders, I want to link directly from my boss folder to yin boss. Okay, so how would I do that? I'm going to go back here. I'm going to collapse this view. I'm going to go back to window. Sorry, not window. I'm going to go back to site, manage sites. Click on boss and go edit. Okay, and then go to servers, click on yin server, and over here, edit existing server. So because I've already created a folder called yin, I'm going to type that in, and then one called boss, type that in. Okay, and then I'm going to test it. Okay, yes, now it's successful. I'm going to save it, save, and done. And now let's go expand that and see what that looks like. I'm going to connect it, and now it goes directly into public HTML 2106 yin boss folder. Okay, so now when I upload files, so let's say I want to upload the image file, so I click on images and I go put file, that's uploading it. Now I have images folder uploaded in there. Okay, now this boss folder on my laptop is going to have the